Glad to have you with us from Seattle. A perfect evening for college football where they're chanting, "Go Huskies," and it's reverberating across all of the boats on Lake Washington as this purple-clad crowd is ready to get another season of Husky football started. And boy, do we have a fun one ahead. Top 10 team, target on their back, going on their road and right into the snake pit. As we'll see a squad from the Big Ten, a squad looking to put on a show, taking on the 19th ranked team in the land, the Washington Huskies. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. And the Huskies will get this season underway as toe meets leather. Bringing it back. Wasn't quite able to shake loose as he steps out of bounds at the 22. All right, guys, here's our first look at this offense today. And here comes the big fella, a staple of this aerial attack, Jesse.
And he's a guy they can line up all over the field, David. There's matchups out there waiting to be taken advantage of.
Yeah, and it's so nice to be able to do that. It makes it easy to play quarterback when you can feature a guy like this that's fast, big, and strong.
Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. A negative play to open the drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. Running back searching for a hole. That keeps the running game churning. Pick up a 5 to the 23. This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. Quick pass on the fly motion. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land. And here comes the punt team. And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. The Huskies offense will try to get something going with their first possession. And a big key as this game unfolds is just how aggressive will he be throwing the football in a lockdown corner like that.
Yeah, and when you're an elite quarterback, you think you can do whatever you want to do, and you think you can make the right decisions. I'm interested to see how much he'll test that quarterback on the other side.
You know, there's a saying, there's no defense for a perfect pass, but he's got to be extra careful and sharp when he's throwing that guy's way.
They get him down after he makes the catch. Line getting set on 2nd down. Back to pass, it's Whitaker. And here's a fumble way behind the line. Once that ball was loose, offense didn't have a chance. Defenders everywhere. It's a turnover.
You know, as quarterbacks, you've got to be good in the pocket. Even when things are collapsing and you've got guys swiping at it, you got to have 2 hands on the football. Didn't do a really good job with ball security there, and that led to the fumble.
Looking for a productive play on 1st down. Quick touch pass to the receiver. You'll take this every time. 5 yards on the 1st down play. After a good pickup on the run, it's 2nd down. Motion by the back forces the defense to adjust. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. The crowd getting behind this defense as they try to get a stop in the red zone. Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. And he's not going to get hands tall and makes the stop. And on 4th down, here comes the field goal unit. And he'll kick for the 3 from 36 yards out in the right hash. And it's no good. And after the miss, guys, the score stays right where it is. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. Last time they had it, they put it on the deck. The football was not riveted to their rib cage, Jesse.
Need 5 points of pressure moving forward.
And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10.
2nd
Dealing with a 2nd and 10 from the 20. Back to pass, it's Whitaker. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
Guys, this offense is going to have to find a way to protect this quarterback. He has already been under unbelievable duress early in this game, and they're not going to be able to complete throws if they can't keep him standing up.
Looking down the middle. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Open runway ahead. He's at the 10, and he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Washington!
I like it. You're backed up towards the end zone, and you go aggressive and spin the football. Try to make the big play, and do they ever. 90-plus yards to the house. Who needs space? I'll take 6.
Lining up to add another. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they top things off by getting out of bad field position in a hurry. A 90-yard touchdown pass. Fielded in the end zone. It's Marshall. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. They are shaking the rafters of this place, trying to help their defense as they've got them pinned deep. Across the 25, he's got room. And a really nice run and pick up there before the defense avoided disaster and stopped the really big play. Offense has it at the 28 on 1st down. The toss to the outside. Get him on the ground after a 4-yard run out to the 31.
I know that wasn't a big, huge play, and everybody's not excited. The fans aren't going crazy. But those are the plays that in the 4th quarter matter a lot. Again, making you tackle my back, making you feel the physicality of the football game throughout, so you get tired and get worn down in the 4th quarter.
That's the end of the quarter, and Washington has the lead. And we've come to the end of the 1st as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. They've switched ends of the field, and we're ready to get things started here in the 2nd. 1st down to start the drive after the break. They'll leave it with him. Continuing to churn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48. Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. The give to the running back from the shotgun. And he fights his way forward, gets away from one, but not much doing on that one. 3rd and short now from their own 48. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a 1st down for this offense. And here comes play number 6 of the drive. Wide out in motion. Quick pass on the jet motion. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this boot game if Carolina had push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the outside.
And he's brought down after a nice game.
It's so important this offense is able to get this guy the ball in space, especially in the perimeter of the field. And I love that last play call because he's able to get outside and use his speed. To me, that's where this guy is most dangerous.
Gets it inside the 5, down to the 4, and it'll be 1st and goal. New set of downs right on the doorstep for this offense. Wide receiver shows motion. With jet sweep pass. Gets behind the pads and slams into the end zone for the touchdown.
And what a nice start for this offense. The throw game getting working, getting the touchdown pass. This quarterback getting a little bit of confidence. This passing game getting in a rhythm. Nice start for this offense.
He'll try to tack on one more. And it's up and good. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Week in and week out, guys, you never know what's going to happen in college football. Check this out. Nebraska is ahead in this one, but unlike the days of Tom Osborne, this has not been a blowout today in Lincoln. They're up by 7 over Pittsburgh. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business. Gentlemen?
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. On the run from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. After standing on the sideline and watching that long touchdown drive, they really need to put something together to give their defense a rest.
And that's a real thing, man. Like, you played a lot of plays, you get worn out. You need a chance to go decompress on the sideline, get some oxygen. Palmer, now it's on this offense.
Yeah, this is the definition of complementary football because it's a two-pronged problem. You've got to score points and answer, but you've also got to take your time and give your defense an opportunity to get their win.
They really got things moving on this drive. Second play of the drive comes from the 37. Receiver looks it in. It's complete. They stop him just a length or two short of the first, and man, what they can do on second down here. Off the bootleg, wants to toss it. Quick strike complete. And the catch was one thing, and the run even better. A big pickup on that one. Washington coming to the line with another first down. He wants to throw. Got his man quickly.
And I think you're seeing these guys in every offense now. These littler guys, they're so quick, it's hard to get a hand on them. Run crisp routes. You can throw it short. You can throw it deep.
And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
That's the problem when you go empty, right? As a quarterback, you know you might get blitzed, and if you do, you better know where your hot throw is. If you don't, you're getting sacked. That time the linebacker got to him.
Third down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. They're trying to get to it. Good job to avoid the negative play and just get rid of that thing. Now on fourth down, they'll try to come away with 3. Looks as if this will be a 51-yard attempt. That thing would have hit a string in the middle of the uprights. Perfect. And with that field goal, they now have the lead.
How nice is it as a head coach to have a kicker like this? It makes these decisions on fourth down so much easier. Just trot him out there and let him stroke it through the uprights.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. Now this offense is back on the field. Jesse looking to take it down the field for back-to-back touchdowns.
I think it's really important for them moving forward, too, to have a lot of balance, right? You want to be able to keep this defense guessing, Paul.
Yeah, and you got me searching for answers after that last drive. You stack another drive on top of this, their defense's heads are going to be spinning all over the place.
Amazing how many times an offensive holding penalty will stall a drive. We'll see if the offense can overcome it. Line gets set, first down. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Moving past the 25. He finally goes out of bounds after the explosive play, but now the question is, did the official see something to bring it back? Just an obvious holding call there, and one that just kills an offense's momentum. Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place, trying to help their defense. Touch pass on the jet sweep. They needed that extra space as he bangs his way to the 14. And on second down for this offense. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Touch pass on the run. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. They bring the punter onto the field now. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He'll field the punt and look for room. Working his way on the return up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. You want to talk about having a weapon to bail out a drive? David, that's why kickers are so important after that long field goal.
Yeah, and listen, important is a relative term. We need to make longer passes and get better gains so we don't have to kick long field goals, Palmer, again on offense.
And they've got the weapons to do that, David. They just got to be able to dial those plays up. Guys have to be able to make them one-on-one to make life easier on this kicker who is so important to this team.
Looking for a man. It's Whitaker. He's got the back in the middle. He's right there to stop him, but the quick throw and catch enough to give them the first down. And now a fresh set of downs for this offense. They'll immediately call timeout.
Timeout, Washington.
They'll have it at the 49, just across midfield, 1st and 10. He's going to pass. And that one's too high and too wide, out of bounds and incomplete.
I know it was incomplete, but I'm okay with it. If I'm the offensive coordinator, I'm going to keep taking shots down the field. I'm going to make him honor that deep ball. I'll hit some of those before the game's over.
Fires to the wideout. And that pass picked off. And they make the play and make sure there's not any scoring opportunity right here before the end of the half.
Man, what a great break on the football. Nice job seeing it, squeezing. A lot of those defensive guys, man, they don't have great hands all the time, but you always, always remember your first interception. He'll always remember this moment.
Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Running back goes in motion. Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. Trying to get the edge with a quick touch pass. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Little touch pass to the receiver. He'll be brought down, and that's the final play of the half. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, who's had a better seat there in Seattle for an interesting first half than you? And there is no better place to start this halftime than by reviewing how this wideout has been a one-man wrecking crew. The kid's been everywhere. And I love how he's willing to go across the middle, but that he also has the jets to burn these DBs on the deep ball. If this defense wants to actually come back in this one, they better hide his cleats. With that said, let's send it back to our guys inside Husky Stadium.
Looks as if we're set to crank it up here in the second half. From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. They go to work in the third quarter with the lead, but they have had a little trouble keeping their quarterback upright.
Yeah, and you have the lead, you're positive, but the offensive line coach is definitely going to be upset. And the offensive coordinator, listen, I don't want my guy getting touched. He's being productive, but give him some more time here in the second half.
I think you can do that, too, offensively, by maybe leaving your tight end in to help block, maybe chipping with running backs to help these tackles out on the edge, because you're right. That pocket has been shaky, and if it continues to be that way in the second half, this could be a much different-looking football game.
Kept it on the ground on first down. See if they stick with that plan on second. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. Looking for a man, it's Whitaker. Getting some heat. And the quarterback caught up 2 and sacked at the 12.
Nice job by this defense. That's the way to set the tone in the second half. First drive, get him in a third down, get the sack, get the football to your offense. That is how you get back in this game really quickly.
The Huskies will be forced to boot it away. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. He gets a block. Just a wall of defenders everywhere he looks, and he's guided out of bounds after a short return. And now the offense will come onto the field again. And in a low-scoring game like this one, David, every possession is magnified.
And I think more than anything, it just gets frustrating. And you got to put that behind you. You got to see what this defense has been doing to be so successful. Caller, now use it against them.
Yeah, David, I think for a play caller, this is tough, right? It's like you have to have the perfect play on. Down. In these types of games, I think you're just trying to get guys out in space, see if a dude can break a tackle. Maybe that generates an explosive play, and it...
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Offense getting set for first down. Quick pass on the fly motion. One-step wrap, two-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground. After trying the running game on first down, they come to the line on second down. Quick touch pass to the receiver. And they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside. David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of a spot.
Running with power. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
Well, the defense was ready for that. Offense trying to toss it to get to the perimeter of the football field, but there were just too many defenders. Running back was able to make the first guy miss, couldn't make the second one, though, and it's a loss of yards.
Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain.
This offensive line better figure out a plan for this D tackle. He is tough to block with one guy. You might want to start double teaming him. He's going to be a problem moving forward. You saw all of his ability on that last play.
That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on third down. The punt team makes its way onto the field. They'll look to pin him deep. And it looks as if this one's going to carry into the end zone for a touchback. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. The sledding has been tough. Scores have been at a premium, Jesse, and every possession seems like it could switch the momentum of the game.
Yeah, Reese, for this offense, just feels like they just haven't been as physical. And for this offensive coordinator, David, he's having to go deep into the playbook just to try to generate a first down.
Well, and the good thing is there's not a ton of game pressure because the other side's not scoring either. But if you can find that one thing, get that one positive play, and then maybe you get those juices going and something can start to build.
He's got it. Creates a little room. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a first down. The Huskies racing to the line in the hurry-up.
Really nice looking pinpoint throw there. And when I think back to Husky QBs, you think about Warren Moon, you think about Mark Brunell, the Heward brothers. What about Jake Browning? All made really good decisions. This guy, he's got a lot of arm talent, but he's also very smart.
They'll go to work on second down after doing damage on the ground. Dropping back, it's Whitaker. Lost one deep down the right side. Fires into traffic, it's picked off. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
A lot of quarterbacks have so much confidence that they can fit the ball in tight windows. How about the defensive player right here making an unbelievable interception, forcing the turnover, big play, big momentum swing.
Here comes the offense onto the field again. They'll go to the ground. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
I never know if it's grammatically correct to say a team is being out-physicaled. You hear it a lot in football, though. That's happening in this game. They are just not getting the push they need all game long up front to have any success when they decide to run it.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on 3rd down. Quarterback, quick pass to the receiver. Pass to 45. Tackle is made, but not until he gets the first down.
In these touch passes, it's so hard because there's always action off of it, right? If I fake this pass and I can run it up the gut or I can throw it and it just spread me out and make me defend so many things, and you could tell they got on the edge quickly, got the big first down.
Barishnikov should be so sweet. And he'll run out of bounds, but a much-needed productive play in the passing game.
Yeah, way to be creative, way to get the ball in the perimeter really quickly, get some speed outside. All you got to do is secure that edge, and you're just trying to get that first down. Nice job, nice play call by the offense.
Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. Got some room headed to the goal line.
Offense slips the running back out of the backfield. Nobody decides to cover. My man makes the play. Shows off the hands first. Got to make the catch first. Does the rest. Walks in the end zone for the touchdown.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, they're up 14-10. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And the capper, a 19-yard toss for the touchdown. On the move from inside his 5. And the returner is stopped. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game if you're going to win. And, David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
Yeah, and unfortunately, this guy's been beat like a drum. He's been hit, sacked a bunch of times already, and another hit right here. I'm literally looking at my offensive line and be like, dude, I need some more time. You got to protect me better than this. Give me a chance to complete some passes.
Gets it out fast. There to make the tackle, and with that, we'll head to the 4th quarter. the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the fourth. Faced with a 3rd and short from their own 32 to keep this drive alive. Keeps it on the bootleg, looking to throw. Finds his big tight end. He steps out of bounds, but he's got a first down on the play. This Washington offense moving quickly down the field. They're going to run it. Continuing to turn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48. Got 6 on first down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. From the gun, the ground game. And he found plenty of running room on that one before the defense was finally able to get him down. Finally, some signs of life from this offense, which has done nothing in the second half. It's 1st and 10. Makes a connection. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up. Comes out throwing on first down. Makes the grab. They go up top to get it down to the 5-yard line as they try to pay off this drive. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Leaves it with the back. He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer. Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a first down without scoring. 3rd down. Looking to throw for it. It's complete. Touchdown, Washington. And they grab the advantage, taking the lead here in the 4th.
Man, how about this quarterback right away seeing, I got to get rid of the football. There's a lot of guys near the line of scrimmage. He spits it out, and I let my receiver do the rest. Let my playmaker make me look really good, really nice pitch and catch, and guess what? You got the lead now in the 4th quarter.
If he makes this one, the lead will be 3, and at least a field goal won't beat you. And he knocks it through, and the lead is a field goal here in the 4th quarter. So a drive there of 85 yards, and they cap the drive with a 4-yard touchdown pass. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. We'll see the offense make its way onto the field here, hoping for a successful drive. Quick pass on the jet motion. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play.
Got to give the defense credit. Watching film, anticipating. They knew that this offense had this play in their back pocket. They knew about the speed of this wide receiver and different ways they were going to try to get him involved. Everybody on defense on the same page, playing together. I love it.
Certain moments in the game you know are just a little bit bigger. Here's one of them. Big play coming on 3rd and long. With jet sweep pass. They'll keep this drive moving by picking up the first down. They have it at the 36.
It's so hard for a defense to have to stop plays like that because it really forces you to play with great eye discipline. You see the pre-snap motion. Defense doesn't know if he's just running across the field and he's going to run a route, if he's going to block, or if he has the football. That time, he was able to outflank the defense and hurt them to get that first down.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Touch pass on the jet sweep. You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41. Big 3rd down as the crowd gets behind this defense. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Breaks the tackle. Oh, look out, there he goes. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the first down.
How many ways can I get it to my guys who can fly, who are playmakers, and let them make big plays? This is another one you've seen. Catch the football, flip it ahead really quickly, get it to a burner, going full speed across the formation. He gets the edge, makes the big play.
And he doesn't find much running room, a short gain on the play. Offense about to reel off its 7th play of the drive. Touch pass on the right. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
This offense has a lot of different ways they can attack you, and you're going to see the entire playbook at work in this game. Throwing it, running it, and getting guys the ball out on the perimeter. Great job.
What a great job by this offense. And listen, I judge offenses by what they do in the clutch. In those big moments and right before the half, in the fourth quarter, late in the game, just like right here, you need a score. You got to go take the lead. They do everything they can. Now, defense, you're up. I need you to get me a stop.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. Texas Tech is currently trailing right now, but it's only a couple of points. That quarterback just needs to show the poise of a young Patrick Mahomes, and they are right back in this. They're trailing by just 4 to UCF. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business, gentlemen.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. A lot of work to do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. And wings it incomplete.
Nice job by this defense. You go dime package. Why? Because you know the offense is going to throw the football. Great job matching up. More skilled players on more skilled players. More speed on the field to defend the pass.
After they couldn't connect, it's 2nd and 10. To throw, it's Whitaker. Throws to the wideout. Wide open downfield. And they were looking for a chunk play, and they got it. The explosive picks up more than 30. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play, trying to preserve every minute possible. That big explosive play carries them into plus territory. They'll snap it 1st and 10 from just across the 50. He's looking to throw it. Pirouettes away from the defense. And they pick up just a few on that completion. The hurry up now, 2nd down, clock ticking. He's looking to throw. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
Got to give this defense a lot of credit because even down to the last seconds of this football game, we're seeing outstanding effort. QB taking a shot down the middle of the field. There's a defender swatting it away. They have had this quarterback's number all game long, and that's why they're winning this game.
Couldn't find his man last time, and that leaves them with a 3rd and 6. From the gun, wants to pass. Gets it out quickly. Now they're really starting to threaten as they pick up the 1st down at the 34-yard line. We've got a timeout on the field, a tight game in the 4th, and the brain trust will go to work. Dumps it off in the flats. After the pickup of 9, it's 2nd and 1. Everybody has to be set. They have to get it off. Every second is meaningful, and they save a few of them with the spike. Here comes 3rd and short from the 24, and this offense does not want to send out the field goal unit. Flips it out in the flat. And the completion gives them a fresh set of downs and keeps this drive moving. They'll use a timeout with 26 seconds left on the clock. Washington has it and a fresh set of downs. He'll take a shot. And he'll sail it way too far for everybody.
That's a really good play by the defense, playing deep to shallow. My job is to stay as deep as the deepest. Make sure I don't get beat deep. If they throw it underneath, I go make a tackle and rally, but I can't give up those deep shots. Great job by the DB.
And the incompletion brings up a 2nd down for this offense. Dropping back, it's Whitaker. Good job to toss that ball out of bounds and avoid the loss.
Well, obviously here in the fourth quarter trailing, they're going to be throwing the ball, trying to get back in this game. Couldn't come up with it there on second down. You're expecting them to throw it here on third.
Defense has to be frustrated. The offense keeps matriculating and matriculating and matriculating the ball down the field. And that one's way too far for everybody.
And if you're the defense right now, you've given up some yards on this drive, but you've got a possession lead. You just need one more stop after that last incompletion setting up fourth down. Do you blitz? Do you try to speed up the QB? Let's find out and watch.
Down late in a 4-point game, they'll keep the offense on the field on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And it'll be intercepted in the end zone. That's why you love veterans in this defense. They stay locked in on their rules, and he made the pick.
And that is a backbreaker. It's fourth down, though. Listen, you got to throw the football. You got to try to make a play. But the defense came up big in a big moment.
So with the late lead, they're ready to just drain the clock in victory formation. They get a big win here and start the season on a positive note.
You got to love that as the players. You come out, you have so much anticipation coming into the season, finally getting ready to play in front of a live audience. You're able to come out and execute and get this win under your belt. David, couldn't be a better way to start the year.
And for the losing team, obviously, it's a little bit different. You have something to look at now to analyze where do I need to get a little bit better, but plenty of time still left in the season to improve and turn it around.
So that's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis saying so long. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.